What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Motorhead YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're actually working on my boss's truck. We're trying to get this thing sold, and it has a lot of swirls in the paint and it just looks really bad. I don't know if you can really see it on camera right now. There isn't much sun, but this entire paint just looks really bad, and this is a very low mile vehicle. So today we're going to be buffing it out and getting that shine back and making it look brand new again. So what I want to do is go ahead and pull it up over there and wash it first. As you can see, it's just very dirty. There's a lot of dirt and grime on it, and before you buff anything, you want to make sure you clean it really nicely. That way when you're buffing, you're not sanding, or I'm not going to sand this, I'm just going to polish it. That way you're not scratching it up even more with rocks or whatever's on the paint. So what we're going to do is make sure we clean it real nicely, and anything that doesn't come out we'll clay bar. And after that, we'll go ahead and pull it inside and start polishing it. And I'm going to do sections and show you guys the difference. You know, I'll tape off a part and I'll polish it real quick, and we'll go over everything we're using. That way you can do this at home, because I know black is a very hard color to do. So we're going to go ahead and pull this thing up and get it washed and get started on polishing it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and washed it. I mostly just focus on the paint, none of that, so it's all ready for polishing. Luckily there is no sun, so we're gonna pull this thing inside and I'm gonna go ahead and start polishing it. I think I'll start with this side because I do want to do this fender, and I'm going to put a piece of tape, do it, and put a light on it. You really can't see because the sun's not out, you can't see all the swirls, but I'll show you the before and after. Do we got any flashlights or something?
Yeah, we got something.
Yeah, so we'll put a light on it and we'll show you the difference between the original paint and what it looks like polished. And I'm about to show you guys what I'm going to use, and first I want to pull it inside and we'll get to it. Alright, so this is the stuff I'm going to use right here. We actually tested it on the door and it worked great. And also I am using the orbital buffer. This is your best bet for polishing because it leaves no swirls. It moves like a DA and it kind of just rotates instead of spinning. So there's little to no swirls. I think if we run this through the whole thing, we'll just wipe off all the residue and hand polish it a little bit with the microfiber and look beautiful. I also have a new... He said, I don't know what I'm doing. So I got a new pad. We're gonna replace it, and I'm gonna start on this fender and I'll show you how it turns out, because as you can see, it does have a lot of swirls in it, and we got to get rid of all that and make it look like a brand new truck. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I did... Okay guys, so as you can see, I made a line here, and this side is significantly better than this side, but there are still scratches in it, and I just talked to Larry about it, and he suggested to try using the rotating buffer first to do everything, and then using this as the finishing to reduce swirls. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to put the tape back and I'm going to run it over with the rotating, and then that, and we're going to see if that makes a difference. And if it can get these scratches out, we'll get the rotating, do everything, and finish everything with the orbital. But you can already see, I mean, it's getting a lot better right there versus there. So we're going to keep going. And so in case you are wondering what Don does, he paints and sings all day, so I get a free concert every day at work. So we're gonna get this rotating buff and hit that again, and then the orbital, and see how it looks. Okay, so the rotating buff definitely made a huge difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this entire side with it. And when I'm done with that, I'll get the orbital and go over everything and we'll see how it looks. And then by the time I'm done with this side, the sun will come out and we will park it outside and see how it looks. And hopefully it looks a lot better than it did. I can already see that the orbital isn't strong enough to get the scratches out, so we're gonna do the rotation on everything very thoroughly. Okay guys, so I actually was not satisfied with the results, so I did some further testing and did it with the 3M, the black machine polish first, and it actually works a lot better. There's no scratches here, as you can see, it got them all out, but then when you come around here, there's a bunch, and then that's original. So I mean, check that out, that is just complete difference. So we're gonna do that for sure. I'm gonna use the rotating with this and hit everything, and then when I'm done with that, I'll use the orbital and this blue stuff, and it's gonna look brand new. Alright guys, check this out. I got it out in the sun and it's looking like a brand new truck. I mean, there is still a little bit of swirls. I do want to go over it one more time, and it's obviously definitely better than it was, which there's a lot of paste on here, but I mean, you can see, look at that. This paint just looks horrible, and we still have to do the hood. He actually painted this fender, so I don't think I'll have to do the fender. And I'll just do these two doors and that bed. So we're pretty much already almost done, and it ain't even lunchtime yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it back inside and get the rest of it looking like this. I mean, I'm extremely happy with these results, and this is no cut. This is literally just hit it with polish, and look at that, you just completely transform your paint, and it just looks so much better. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it back inside and do the other side. Or actually, I'll probably do the hood right now. And once I get the hood done, I'll do the other side and I'll give it a nice wash, give it a nice detail. There are some spots I need to touch up where the paint's chipping, and the truck will look perfect. So let's go ahead and get it back inside and get back to it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished polishing it, polished the tailgate, and I polished everything. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, this paint was just absolutely neglected and thrashed to begin with, and whoever had it just honestly didn't take care of it. Probably took it through a lot of automatic car washes when black is the hardest color to maintain, and you really don't want to do that when you have black. But we restored this paint, brought it back to life, and as you can see guys, I mean, it just looks beautiful. Everything turned out super nice besides the hood. The hood did have a couple of issues. I could not get this off right here. I do recommend using a clay bar when you're buffing. It helped me a lot and got a lot of stuff off, but the hood does have some deep scratches, but it looks way better than it did. As you guys remember, all the swirls that had in it when I showed you, they're all gone. So we need to go ahead and pull this thing outside and give it a nice little wash and see how everything looks. I want to go ahead and wash the thing completely. I'll start with the windows and everything, and I want to get all the buffing paste out because we did a lot of buffing guys, and it is everywhere. And you really want to get this off before it hardens up, because once it hardens up, it's really hard to get off. So if you're doing this at home, you might want to make sure you do that. So you need a clay bar, you need good washing materials, and obviously the buffer. I do recommend using the orbital, but we did have to use this one to begin with the other polish, and it worked out amazing because this thing spins a lot quicker and burns out all the scratches a lot easier. And then we just use this as the finisher. This leaves a really nice finish with no swirls in it because it orbits and this spins. So when this is spinning, it's the same like the car washers that wash your stuff, it'll leave circles, but this just kind of just buffs it out and it works amazing. So I do recommend using an orbital if you're going to do it at home. If not, you're going to be doing a lot of polishing by hand. How we used to do at our shop was this and then polish by hand with the microfiber, but the orbital just makes it so much easier, and as you can see, the results are amazing. So I'm going to pull it outside right now and give it a nice little wash. Okay, so that's going to be it on the truck, guys. It turned out good, and now it is for sale. If anyone's interested in it in the Cleveland, Tennessee area, it is 2016. Wait, is it a 16? It is 2016 with 38,000 miles, and he's asking $35,000 for it. It's a very clean truck, Texas edition. It's got the nice leather interior with the brown dashboard. Super nice truck for the money, and you can DM me on Instagram. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested in it. The paint looks beautiful. All right guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I'm sorry for the lack of content. I've just kind of been transitioning through my new job, and I really like it here. I'm having a good time, and I love the work environment. I do have a couple videos coming up. Stay tuned guys, got a lot of content coming for you guys, including this Type R right here. If you guys remember the Mazda Miata we did with the wide body fenders, and we put the wing on it, it's actually his Type R, and someone backed into him, and we're going to fix it too. So stay tuned guys, this video is coming out soon. We just got all the parts. I'm going to go ahead and strip it down, and Don's going to trim it out, and then I'll put it back together and he'll paint it all, and we're going to get this thing done. So stay tuned for that guys. If you want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you think of the truck and the job, and if you do want to do it at home, you can just follow the steps I did. And if you have swirls in your paint, very easy to remove as long as they're not too deep, because once they get too deep, then you really have to cut and buff, and that's just a whole can of worms, and we honestly didn't want to do that. I'm really happy with the results. Larry was really happy with the results, and that's all that matters. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you want, you can follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. Peace.